Hello everybody, it's Aditi here, your intuitive marketing strategist. Today we're going to be talking about Twitter. We are going to be doing the basics of Twitter in this part 1 training and all about getting started. We're going to do tutorial and I'm also going to do a live demo so you guys can see exactly what it looks like on your actual desktop. All right, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with everyone. And you guys can see I have this Twitter presentation here. So Twitter is all about, this first part training is all getting started. So just an overview of what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about what Twitter is, why Twitter is beneficial, what the benefits of it are, setting up your Twitter account, and then things to know in general. We're going to go over some fears as well, because there's always fears that come up with social media, with putting yourself out there, and knowing what to do or not to do. We're going to talk about your profile, and then we're going to go into the tutorial. So let's talk about what Twitter is. Twitter is a social media networking platform. I believe that Twitter is probably the main networking platform out there for interacting with people that you don't know. And it allows you to communicate in 140 characters, which we call tweets. So this app can be used for so many different things. Some people use it for personal use, for social use. Other people use it for informative use. You can see like lots of companies have it where they're putting out news information or even real-time information when concerts are going on or outages are going on. You can always find out real-time things that are happening around the world and in your direct neighborhood. It's a great app for connecting with other people as well as using it to build your brand. So people who have registered accounts, they can read tweets as well as post their own tweets. And other people who do not have accounts, they can still read the tweets. And the reason I mention this is because this used to not be the case before. Only people with accounts were able to read tweets, but now they opened it up to public so anyone can read tweets even if you don't have an account. So this training that we're doing right now is all designed to get you started and set up with Twitter. And then in part 2, we're going to talk about much deeper things about how to tweet, what to tweet, what time to tweet, and then some advanced strategies that I've learned from some top corporations that use Twitter highly to build engagement for their brands. So why use Twitter? There are so many people on Twitter. There are over 300 million users on Twitter. It's an amazing platform to have real-time communication. So like I said, you literally could talk to somebody around the world instantly with a quick tweet. It's an open platform, so it's pretty much an open platform completely unless some people keep their profile private. But those people who keep it private are typically using it for personal use, so you don't have to worry about them if we're using this for your business purposes. It allows you to build a relationship with a huge reach. It's free, which is awesome because it allows you to have this free platform to build your brand's audience. I don't know if you guys saw that guy, Mike Corey. He actually blew up on Twitter, and he started with about 1,400 followers, and he literally posted a video of him on Snapchat, and it went viral because people thought it was so funny, and he literally blew up on Twitter, and now he has about 240,000 followers on Twitter. So now he's like this famous Twitter guy who's like this comedian, and it's crazy the power of Twitter that it can do for your brand. And it's a platform to reach more people with quick, easy messages because remember, it's only 140 characters. So you have an opportunity to catch someone's interest with a quick sentence because sometimes in this whole world of distraction, it can be really tough to keep people's keep people's attention when there's so much going on, there's so many posts and long things going on. And it also creates open communication opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise have with high-profile people, with influencers, and lots of people that you wouldn't otherwise be able to have interaction with, which is really, really where the power of Twitter lies. So let's talk about some benefits for Twitter. It makes your message concise and digestible. I know a lot of you guys, when you're asked, what do you do? What is your brand? Sometimes we end up rambling and having so many things to say because we're so passionate, we're so excited. But Twitter really starts training your mind to start to making your message more concise and more digestible for people in this age of distraction. So that's one thing I love about Twitter. It helps you express your ideas in a more concise manner, which really helps you in other platforms as well as you start, tweeting and working on building your message into just 140 characters. And with practice, it becomes easier and easier. You'll actually be surprised how much you can concise a message from because there's literally, you guys, like a 2 to 3 sentence message I want to put on Twitter, but there's nowhere room for that. So I have to get creative and find ways to get that same message across, but only in those 140 characters. So it kind of becomes fun, becomes a little game with yourself, and it really helps you with your marketing overall because you learn how to get more concise. You get access to high-profile individuals. So you guys know lots of celebrities, CEOs, lots of influential people are all on Twitter because it allows them an opportunity to connect and talk to their audience without being tied or bound to them. Like email is overwhelming or any other platform can be overwhelming, but Twitter is such an easy, quick communication way for high-profile individuals to connect with you and for you to connect with them. It's a very comfortable and non-intrusive way to connect because, again, when you email someone or you do other things, you can feel like you're going into a lost pile of a sea. And in Twitter, sometimes you can feel like that, but with Twitter, it's a lot more appropriate and suggested and a comfortable way for you to connect with people. Like, this is really what Twitter was made for. Twitter allows you to increase your brand's awareness because the more you tweet, the more you put your stuff out there. It allows you to promote your blog, your content, your videos. If you're doing a contest or an initiative you're doing, anything you're doing, it allows you to use this huge platform to increase your brand's awareness or whatever cause you're supporting or any message you're trying to get out there. Twitter is a wonderful way to do that. The other cool thing is you allow, Twitter's a huge open platform to getting free audience research. So you can literally look up certain hashtags and see what are people talking about your industry, about your niche, about your cause. What are people struggling with? What are people aspiring to? You can find out all these kind of things through just simply searching hashtags on Twitter and different keywords. This is one thing that's really, really powerful. If you've heard of focus groups before, focus groups is essentially when a company brings in maybe 15 to 50 people or how many ever people they want in their study into a room, and they have a moderator, like a non-biased moderator, who asks questions, and you literally facilitate a conversation between different demographics of people to find out what they're saying and what they're thinking about a certain brand or about how they do certain activities and what they do in their free time. That's all relevant for the brand to build new products, for them to understand their customer better. But now with the Twitter platform, you have a huge focus room of like 300 million people that you can tap into to find out what the trends are, what people are talking about, and you can really find out, where people are on certain issues, and it can really help you build your brand and mold your message so you can reach the people that you want to reach. This is another really, really powerful benefit of Twitter. The other cool thing is you get instant feedback on products, on services. A lot of people do webinars and classes online, and they ask people, tweet me your questions or tweet me, what you thought about this. Tweet me something and I'll respond. So you get instant feedback from people who are engaged with your brand right away, and it reaches, again, so many people. So how do you get on Twitter? So it's really simple. You literally head over to twitter.com to set up your account. You create an account and you want to make it relevant. So your username could be your name or it could be your business. People tend to do it in different ways. So it's really up to you. I always recommend having your name in your username just because if you're building a brand around yourself, you want to be able to make sure that you are recognized as a part of that brand. So because at the end of the day, no matter what it is, people connect to people. People connect to individuals more than they connect to a brand. So sometimes with a brand, it can be kind of mysterious. You don't know who's behind it. And although sometimes that can work great too, other times it can just feel like a corporation or a cause that people don't feel connected to. But people feel connected to people. So that's why I always recommend to have your name somewhere. So here's an example that you can actually have your username and your actual display name to be different. So I love the way Mastin Kipp does it. He is the founder of The Daily Love. And you can see here his handle is @TheDailyLove, but his display name is Mastin Kipp. And I'm going to do a live demo later, and I'm going to show you guys what exactly this looks like. Because this allows the brand name to still be there with the username, because people who know his brand may be searching The Daily Love. Or some people may know him. Either way, it's going to come up in the search results. But since he is the man behind The Daily Love, like he is literally the voice, he's the writer, he's the founder, he puts his name as a display name so people know that it's Mastin who is running this brand and running this company. So they know that he's connected to this. So you want to also set up a brand optimized profile. We're going to talk about this a little bit today and then a little bit even deeper in the part 2 training. So here's a couple things to know. So as we mentioned before, all posts cannot be longer than 140 characters, and this includes links and also hashtags. The cool thing about Twitter is when you are typing your tweet, it actually shows you how many you have left, like how many characters you have left, and it will give you a negative number if you've gone over it. You don't have to worry about long links, because on Twitter they do get automatically shortened. So although they do take up some of the character length, they don't take the entire amount. So you don't have to worry about the length being too long. Another thing is that tweeting consistently is what's really going to allow your brand to grow. Because if you tweet like a little bit and then like forget about it, your Twitter account is not going to grow in the way you probably intend or want it to do. And I want to put a caveat and let you guys know too that there are ways to set up automatic tweets, and that's a great way to keep it consistent. And we're going to talk about that in the part 2 of the training. And another thing is, I just want to say, I want you guys to have fun with this, right? Because sometimes when we're learning a new social media platform, or we're even just trying to get deeper into it, we get really stressed out about it. I know that firsthand. I know my clients get really stressed out, but social media is meant to be fun. So I want you guys to have fun with it. You know, once you get the hang of it, once you get the grip of it, it'll be super fun to see how you'll be connecting with different random people around the world and having these conversations. And when people respond to your tweets, it's super, super fun. There's this professor at my university, and he was using Twitter as his primary source to get speakers for our class. So he taught a digital social mobile class, and literally he used Twitter to connect with these high-profile people to come in and speak to us. And he literally didn't know these people at all. He literally just did it through tweeting and made these high-profile connections. So that's again like the power of Twitter, like connecting to people that you wouldn't otherwise have access to. So now let's talk about a couple fears. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, 140 characters, I can't speak in 140 characters. So I want to tell you that yes, it's an art and it does get built over time. It's just a matter of practice. And you'll be surprised at what you can actually communicate in 140 characters, because like I said, there's many times I had 3 sentences to write, but I couldn't fit it all in. So I had to get creative on how I could fit that same message into 140 characters. And more often than not, I was always able to do it, even if it took like 3 or 4 tries. So as you keep doing it, it becomes fun, and just have fun with it, like I said earlier. So another fear is, I don't know what to tweet about. I don't know what to tweet about. So there's so many things you can tweet. You can tweet quotes, you can tweet tips, you can tweet inspiration, you can tweet links to your blog, by putting the title or telling people what it's about. You can tweet a video, you can do contests on Twitter. You can do, like a question answer thing. A lot of people have like Twitter parties. Again, we'll talk about that deeper in part 2, where you can have like kind of like a global communication party going on about a specific cause or event. And what if people say mean things? You just ignore it, because I know we talked about Periscope in another training, but on Periscope, you actually have an opportunity to block. But in Twitter, you really just ignore it. And honestly, with Twitter, the newsfeed keeps moving so fast that it doesn't even matter. Another fear, I have 0 followers. Remember, everyone starts at 0. So as you tweet, you'll see your follower count go up pretty quick. When I first started tweeting, and I did a tweeting challenge with my digital social mobile class, literally you can go up 100 followers in just a week if you continue to tweet consistently, use hashtags, and communicate and connect with other people. So really, the follower count doesn't matter. Everyone starts at 0. You just start somewhere and you move on up. So let's talk about your profile. So one key thing that you want to do in your profile is you want to make sure you use relevant keywords and hashtags based on whatever your expertise is in your profile. Because when people are searching for certain keywords and hashtags, or looking for people in the same field as you, your profile will come up. So regardless of what you're tweeting, which is also important to do that, but even in your profile, it's important to put a keyword or hashtag in there. In my profile right now, I have the hashtag marketing, since that's the main expertise and industry that I'm focusing on. So you want to think about what the keywords or hashtags that are relevant for you might be, and you can also find out through simply Googling that. And in your profile, you always want to send people to a landing page to grab your freebie. Now, specifically, we say landing page because it's not your direct website, because social media is really your first point of contact with the entire universe and the entire world, right? So how you want to deepen that relationship with someone is you want to invite them to sign up for a gift that you have. You can have a free training, a free meditation, something that you really value, you put your heart and soul into, and that people would find valuable. And you want to send them to a page where it asks for their email and their name and directly sends them to whatever your freebie is. Because what happens is when you send people to your website instead, people kind of get lost in all the noise and everything going on your website, that you won't be able to build that relationship further by inviting them to grab your freebie. So that's something that you want to make sure that you send them to a landing page instead of your direct website. So again, inviting people to grab your freebie. You want to also select Show Periscope Profile. This is a new feature that you can find in the settings, and I'll show you guys this in the live demo at the end as well. And in your profile, you want to give people an overview of what you're all about, what your industry is, what your expertise is, so people can quickly grab onto what your deal is, so they can figure out if they want to follow you or not. So it's really an opportunity to put your brand message, your brand's core message, or anything relevant in that arena. So let's jump into the tutorial. So first I have a bunch of screenshots where I'm going to walk you guys through what you'll find inside of Twitter, and then we're going to do the live demo. So when you first open up Twitter and you log in, you will see this screen. You will see this opening screen, and you will see these 4 options at the top. And this is the general overview. And then we'll go deeper into it. So on the left, you can see the arrow is pointing to this little box right here. This box gives you an overview of your profile, and it shows your handle, your username. So I pretty much kept it the same for myself. And you can see your cover photo, your profile photo, and then over here you can see how many tweets you have, how many people you're following, and then how many people are following you. And in the middle, you'll see a news feed. So the news feed is similar to the Facebook news feed, where all of the tweets of the people that you are following and similar interests show up here. So this keeps moving really, really fast, and the news feed is always moving because people are tweeting all the time, and it moves pretty fast. So you'll see here on the left, there's a box here that shows you the trending hashtags that are in your local area. And you can see there's a button here to change it. Let's say you're traveling and you want to see what's going on in the city that you're in. You can follow these hashtags. You can click on it. And when you click on it, in the middle of the newsfeed, you'll see all of the people who are tweeting about this. And you can see the different conversations that people are talking about. People are talking about different news events that are happening. People are talking about schools or TV shows and different things that are going on in the moment. And then on the right here, you'll see who to follow. So you will see suggestions on who to follow based on the people that you are following right now. And then basically you just click these buttons to follow these people, and then they'll be added to showing up in your newsfeed. Now they have an option, now that stories are super popular, they have an option to create moments, which is the second icon on your home screen. And this creates a collection of different tweets that tell stories. And we're going to talk about that deeper again in part 2 training. And then if you press the third button, it says notifications, and notifications shows all the activity with your specific profile. So if someone sends a reply to you, if someone retweets you, if someone likes your tweet, or if someone follows you, you'll see all the activity relating to your specific profile inside of the notifications. And then you guys can see over here, hidden underneath the arrow, is the messages. And when you click that messages button, this window pops up, which shows the direct messages, or people call it DMs for short, which is your message inbox with other Twitter users. So you can't message just anyone. You can only message people if they are following you. That's something to keep in mind. All right, so when you click the box, so let's see, when you click this box right here, if you click this box on the home screen, it'll take you to your individual profile. So then that's what this looks like here. So here I am viewing my profile, and then up here you can see a cover photo, and then you can see my profile picture. I always recommend you guys use a closer up photo of your face so people can really connect to you, and it makes it more personal. Sometimes people also use their Snapchat profile as well, because that lets other people know that you're a Snapchat user, and they can just follow you by clicking on your profile and scanning it. So that's another thing that's really popular nowadays. And then you'll see here, so you'll see again all your following, all your statistics, and then over here you will see your profile, and then here you guys can see the button where it says view on Periscope. That's what I was mentioning, that you can show your Periscope. So it shows, you know, when you joined, the location of where you're living, and then a link that you want to put in. So again, like I mentioned, you want to make sure it is a landing page. So this for me is not my direct website, but it goes to a landing page where people can sign up for a free mini visibility course. And then you guys can see here, I have the hashtag marketing in my profile. Another thing we have is a pinned tweet, which is right here. I'm going to talk about this again deeper in part 2 training, where you can have whatever the main thing is going on in your business, or if you want to send people to a specific challenge or specific meditation or a cause, you can pin that tweet up here. So that way, whenever people come up to your profile, this is the first tweet they see. And the reason this is amazing is because tweets keep moving so fast that if someone comes on your profile and you're having a random conversation with somebody, your top tweet may be a really random thing that may not make sense to someone because it's a part of a conversation. So having a pinned tweet is a wonderful way to direct people to where you want them to look. And then over here on the right, you will see a button that says Edit Profile, and that's where you're going to go to edit your profile. And that's where you would change all of this stuff right here. So this is what it looks like when you are editing your profile. You can change your cover photo up here. And again, you guys, Canva is amazing for all of this because all of the dimensions are already inside of Canva. You literally just have to click, Twitter cover photo, and the dimensions are set up for you. All you have to do is create the photo. And then here you can change your profile photo, and then you can change your display name here, which is super cool. If you guys ever want to change your actual username, this is also possible in the separate settings feature that you can get to from your profile page. There's like a little circle that comes up, and you will find that. And again, you can change all of this. And then here is what I was talking about, where you can click Show My Periscope Profile. So you can now connect your Twitter and Periscope profile to show up on your main profile. And if you use Vine, you can add that too. And then here is where you click Save. All right, and when you're viewing another person's profile, like the wonderful Louise Hay right here, basically you will see a button on the right which says follow if you're not already following the person, and then you can click it to start following the person. And then if you're already following them, it will look as if it looks right now where it says following. So if you thought you weren't following someone, but you click on the profile and then you see this, then you know that you're actually already following this person. And then you'll see all of these things still showing up, which is people to follow and the trends and all of that good stuff. So looks like this got covered up by accident, but basically you're going to click to tweet by pressing. I'll just go back to another one from before. So basically the arrows are pointing to click either here or, oh, there's another one. Here it is. Okay, so you can click to tweet either here, or you can go right here where it says what's happening. And then this is what it looks like when the box comes up to put in your tweet. So you can type it in here, and basically over here is where you'll see the character count. So you have an idea of how many characters you have left, and if you go over, so it does give you the space to go over because you can keep editing it to make it shorter and shorter and shorter. And then you just use this to give you an indicator of where you are and go based on this number, which is super helpful. And then over here, you'll see all these different buttons. The first button here is to add a photo. Again, if you use Canva to create photos, they have the exact dimensions of Twitter. I didn't put it in here just because those types of things are always changing. So basically, you can either Google it easily, or you can look it up in Canva and just open up the photo. And then now you can do a poll as well. So the poll is this button over here. And then when you're ready to tweet, you just click to tweet here. And you can see here I put in a hashtag, I put in a message. I said, join our Angel Scope training that we do every Tuesday to spread messages of love and healing. And I put in a couple hashtags. And over here, you'll see this is what it looks like when you are looking at someone else's tweet and you want to, these are the different options down here. So over here is the arrow to reply. So you can start a conversation with a company or an individual by just replying to them. And either you can respond to what they're saying, you can give them a thought, you can, if they're asking a question, you can respond to their question, or you can retweet it. So if you like what they're saying, if you agree with what they're saying, or if you just want to spread it to your followers because you think it's something that's good, whether it's an article or a quote, you click this little double arrow button, which is a retweet. And then this heart over here is a button that you use to click to, you're basically favoriting this or you're liking this. So I used to think back in the day, you guys, when I was first open to Twitter, I thought when you favorite something, because it used to be a star, I thought when you favorite something, it means you're trying to save this tweet to look at later. So I wasn't really favoriting many things. And as I learned in my digital marketing class when I was doing my master's degree, I realized that favoriting is actually acknowledging the tweet. So it's not to save it, which you can use that for also, but it's actually just an acknowledgement. So you can basically favorite or like by pressing this heart, and you're just acknowledging it, you're liking it, you're telling the person that this is a great tweet. So it actually has more meaning to it than just favoring it for yourself, because that's what I used to think of. And then you see these three little dots. These three little dots take you to a menu where you have a lot more options. You can send a direct DM or direct message to this person. Remember, they have to be following you for you to be able to do this. You can copy the link that they're sharing. You can embed this tweet into your website or somewhere else. You can stop seeing these. You can block people. You can report the tweet, or you can add it to a moment. All right, so now let's jump into the live demo. All right, so here is Twitter. So like I said, this is the main screen when you get onto Twitter, all right? Home, moments, notifications, messages, and then here is the mini profile overview. Actually, let me make this bigger. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then you'll see the overview. You'll see the trends here. You can click this if you want to change the location. You can also change it if you just want to see what's going on somewhere else. All right, in the middle here is the news feed. So you can see all the news feed coming through, and this moves very quickly. So if you like something, make sure to like it right away, because again, here's a new tweet already. Okay, who to follow over here. You'll see ads over here, and there's an opportunity to advertise with Twitter as well. And then up here is where you can search hashtags. So let's say I want to search what people are saying about energy healing. So I can literally just click search and see what people are saying. And then you guys see how this profile popped up, because remember I talked about the hashtags. So if you use a hashtag in your profile, then you will come up when people look up certain things. And you can see at the top, there's top, latest accounts, photos, videos, more options. And you can say, I'm actually looking for a person. So then you click account. I'm looking for other people like me or who are interested in similar stuff, and you can find people like that. And then you can see all these follow buttons, and then these little, the settings, the circle button to tweet to these people, add them to a list. You can do so many things. So I see this person is a spirit junkie, energy healer. That's pretty cool. I see they follow me too. You know what? I'm going to give them a follow back. And then you just click that. And then you can see now it says following. And when you put your cursor over it, it will say unfollow if you want to unfollow them. And then you guys can see all the accounts of other light workers who are into energy healing. And then if I click photos, you can see all of the photos that have, ooh, that is beautiful right there. That have this energy healing in the tweet as well. Beautiful photos. And then click videos. So people who have videos about energy healing. And then you can also click latest to see what is the most recent. So this was just 4 minutes ago. And then you can like it, you can retweet it, and then you can add a comment as well. And then tweet. Okay? And then if you press top, you can see basically all the trending stuff. Our good friend Karen here just did one relating to energy healing, and I'm gonna like her thing. You guys can see all of that. See energy healing. So the cool thing is it comes up even if you use it as a hashtag or not. So even though you didn't put it, all the hashtags come up of energy healing as well as people who just write it out. And then again, you're gonna click this right here to go to your profile. So now I'm at my profile. I see my cover page, my cover photo. I see my profile here, everything I wrote here. Your God-given gifts will make the world a better place. So let's get you out there. And then I invite people, free 7-day mini visibility course below. And then they can click this link. And then here again, it says view on Periscope. If I click that, it takes people to my Periscope profile. And then they can see the last few videos that I have up. All right, so again, all the statistics are here, how many tweets. Here's the pinned tweet, and I'll talk more about that in part 2 training. Tweets and replies. And you can see the photo here. So it's cool, this whole photo still came up even though it's not the exact dimensions. And then over here is where you click edit profile that we talked about. And over here is where you can click to show my Periscope profile. You can change your theme color to your brand colors and try different things on. You can add your birthday, location. This is where you put the text. And this is where you can change your username. So you can change it to just your name, your business name, however you'd like to do it. And then you're gonna click save. And then you guys can see here, if I click my little photo up here, is where you can get analytics and go to your settings, and also another way to get to your profile. And then in your settings is, I believe, where you can change, you can change your username if you wanted to change it. So I really like that they give you the option to change it because, you know, your brand changes, things evolve, and etc. And I love that it allows you to do that. Like one of my clients, her brand just completely changed, like her whole name, her whole aspect, her whole everything. So we actually changed all of her handles. I had another client, we changed some of his stuff, so he had to change all of his accounts. And basically when you change it, it will tell you if this username is available or not. So that's really good to know, because sometimes some social media platforms don't let you change anything, which is annoying. And then up here, I'm gonna click moments. And you guys can see the different moments that are coming up. A lot of stuff about technology, elections, sports, celebrities. And then if you click it, you can see the moment, the different moments. And then up here, you can see the different topics you can create, and then you can click this to create a moment, which we'll talk about more in part 2. All right, so and then you press notifications, and then you can see all the different tweets here. Not all the tweets, sorry, all of the activity related to my profile. And then if you click mentions, you can see all the people who mentioned your handle. So when your stuff gets shared out on Periscope, that usually will fill up your stuff. And then I see you, Brittany. And then click all, and you see all of it. And then if you click messages, again, this will take you to all the messages. So a lot of people do these automatic messages that we'll talk about in part 2, which is a great way to send people to different things that you want to share with them. And then again, when you want to do a tweet, you're going to click this, and then this is where you add the photo, and then you just open up your photo, and then you can add a GIF, and you can They have all these pre-selected ones, which is cool, that you can use. And then you can add a poll if you want to ask a question, if you want to do a poll. So this is great, like we were talking about the focus groups. But the only thing is this would be open to everybody. So if you wanted to have a specific set of people or demographic, maybe you want to mention that. Otherwise, it'll just be a bunch of random people. And then you can add the location if you'd like to as well. And if you want to, I think we already talked about retweeting and all of that. And here's the option to, here are the different options underneath the different tweets. And then you have all these options to mute, block, embed, copy, share. And then you click this one to reply to the person. I can be like, love this. All right, so there is a basic overview of Twitter. Cool, so hope you guys enjoyed the part 1 of the training so far. You got an opportunity to see all of the basics and see how to set it up, what you can put in your profile, and how you can search and do a whole bunch of great things. And then in part 2 training, we will talk about a lot more in-depth stuff. All right, so I look forward to catching you guys over there.